All right, everybody, today we're going to do an inversion practice. And I want to acknowledge and recognize that inversions can bring up a lot for folks. They can bring up a lot of fear. I know for myself, I didn't practice inversions for like 8 years of my practice. And I was in a like 5-day-a-week practice because I had had a bad experience with a teacher once that my neck spasmed and my low back spasmed. And I thought after that, there's no way I can do headstand. I'm too heavy. My neck is not strong enough. I've had injury. I can't do it. So there was a lot of real negative feedback from inversions for me until a teacher named Greg Owen had taught me how to do headstand properly. And I honor Greg for that. Greg was a great teacher in the Seattle area who recently passed last year of brain cancer. And I always think about Greg when I think what a gift he gave me, which is to release some fear and be able to do headstand against the wall in a way that is more aligned, in a way that helped me to heal a lot of my fear. After that, I had this incredible experience of having my dad pass away while I was there. And I had my hand on his heart, and his last breath was an inhale. And it released so much fear I had around death. And I had recognized that that fear of headstand from that former bad experience was similar to a fear of death, a fear of the unknown, and how it shows up in other ways. It shows up in other ways off the mat, fear of relationship, because I've been burned in relationships before, or fear of scarcity, not having enough, or headstand in and of itself, you don't ever have to practice in order to become some great yogi, but challenging our fear or rewriting the narrative of our fear is extremely useful. What do you want to say about inversions?
I remember the first few times practicing headstand and not trusting my fall.
Mm-hmm.
And so it took that willingness to want to fall and to learn how to fall correctly in order to find the verticality. I guess. And I remember it was in the Bahamas and on this platform. And the second and third time that I fell, I was like, oh, okay, it's not going to take me out, and there's not going to be a bone broken, and here we go. And so through that, learning that you're going to be okay on the other side. Yeah.
I had to learn to trust the rise, and you had to learn to trust the fall.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never fallen out of headstand. I've kind of plotted a safe course in my yoga practice, like at the wall way longer than it needs to be at the wall, until I can eventually take it off the wall. And I still don't love, like even now I think, oh no, I'd want to be by the wall, even though I move away from the wall. Even though I don't need it.
Paths there for sure.
Yeah. The path of, can you trust your rise? Can you trust your fall? Well, more to be said on that, I think. So today, my friends, what I want to remind you of, because you'll be watching this home later on YouTube, is that there's no place to get. You don't arrive. You don't arrive at headstand or handstand or forearm stand, and then you stick it every time after. That's just not how it goes, right? So we don't have to strive for the pose. We can strengthen ourselves so many places along the way, and all of that is useful. All of that is useful. So if you plod the course like I do, kind of with safety at the forefront of the practice, like I want to make sure that I'm safe enough to rise. Yeah. That's great. Or like Conti, wanting to feel safe enough to fall. Like even if you do fall, it's not going to be the end of you. It's not going to injure you or hurt you or whatever. So maybe today, if you're willing to do a few handstand fall out, handstand cartwheel out, handstand, cartwheel out, just to demo that that can be a really empowering practice as well. I mean, really empowering. All right, my dears. So if you're following me along on Spotify, we're going to do a playlist today. I think we want something uplifting. No, that one's different. I think I'm going to do prophets today. Yeah. And so talk about, so prophets is a playlist where it's all artists who I think are truth speak, that are prophets. They're all African-American. Each one of them, I'm sure, has had their own process with the courage to rise and the courage to fall. And so I find that that is very inspiring. We're going to start the practice today with a lot of core, because core is essential for our thriving and essential for any kind of inversion practice. So let's take a moment to just ground ourselves down, take a few deep breaths, feel our root. As you feel the root, you honor the land you are on, wherever you are watching this from. Here we are on the land of the Coast Salish people. Coast Salish people include the Tulalip tribe, the Duwamish tribe, many others. We allow ourselves to feel grounded, because the only way we can feel safe enough in an inversion is to first feel safe enough with our root so that we can turn it upside down, right? Let's bring our palms to our heart. And let's make an intention here together that we let this practice have an element of playfulness and non-attachment. So there's no attachment to getting into a pose. There's no attachment that you have to continue to do exactly what Kanti does or what I'm saying. None of that. Just to have a level of encouraging yourself to be courageous, to take calculated risks, yeah, but still keeping yourself safe, always listening to your body. And so find somewhere in the middle, of kind of pushing yourself in that fearless attitude and remaining really safe and comfortable. There's somewhere in the middle that is our growth zone. One Om together, deep breath in. Ah. All right, my dears, we're going to push play in 3, 2, 1, push play. And then coming onto your backs. As you come onto your backs, draw your knees up, interlace the fingers behind your head, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Right elbow, left knee, straighten right leg. Stay for a deep breath in. Come back to center. Inhale here. Switch sides. Inhale back to center. 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 Switch sides. One more time, each side. Inhale, center, and switch. Inhale, center, and switch. And then come back to center, bring your head down, Shavasana. Reach your hands up over your head and wiggle your hips side to side for a moment. And then we're going to see if you can lift your legs, lift your arms, touch your toes. Yes, good. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, touch your toes. So she's coming all the way to boat. That might not be what it looks like for you. That's great. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, touch your toes. Yep. Inhale all the way down. Exhale, touch your toes. Now this time, oh no. Inhale halfway down. Exhale, touch your toes. Shh. Inhale halfway down. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale halfway down. You all right? Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale halfway down. Come to your right side. Touch your toes. All the way up. Whoa! Inhale back to center. Over to the left side. Touch your toes. Whoa! So good. Inhale back to center and rest, 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 rest. A bunch of bullshit is what that is. All right. Three rounds of that. Arms reach up overhead, legs reach long. Inhale, touch your toes. Come back down. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale, come back down. Come to the left side. And up, touch the toes. Good. Back to center. Exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not cute. Over to the right and up. Shoot. Yeah. Back to center. Over to the left. Up. Back to center. Over to the right and up. Good. And back to center and rest, 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 rest. Last round. Okay, so I'm going to have Kanti show what it might look like for some of us instead of all the way up. Yeah. So just lift your legs, lift your arms, and touch your toes. Yeah, it might look like that. Yeah. And again, touch your toes. Yep. And then you can go boat if you like. Touch your toes. Inhale, touch your toes. Inhale, touch your toes. Okay. Come to your right side. Lengthen. Touch your toes. You don't have to come all the way up. Yeah. Lengthen. Go over to the left. Touch your toes. Yeah. I know, right? It's the muscles that stabilize. Come over to the right. Lengthen. Touch your toes. So good. And then back to center and over to the left. Lengthen and touch your toes. And come back to center. Rest. So many things. Have your feet happy baby style. Interlace the fingers behind your head and then touch your elbows toward knees. Pause. Reach your legs away, reach your head away. Inhale. Elbows toward knees. Pause. Good. Reach away, lengthen. Elbows toward knees. Good. Reach away, lengthen. Elbows toward knees. Good. One more. Lengthen. Elbows toward knees. Hold. We're staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Plant your feet, bridge pose. In bridge, you might have your arms like robot arms. Yeah. You might grab the edges of your mat. Yeah. Or you might interlace the fingers behind your back, whatever feels like it serves your body. And then The shoulders really help bridge pose. We will be doing shoulder stand later too. So this is one really great way to feel how the shoulders support this pose. Yeah, the shoulder blades walking toward one another really helps to lift your hips up. So I'm going to encourage Kanti to really lift her hips now. Yeah.
Like I engage more glutes and less in the thigh when I'm lifting that.
And then you might stay with your hands like this, which might be challenging, or you might support your low back. Lift your right leg up. Place that foot down. Switch sides, left leg up. Place that foot down, and then everyone will have their hands kind of like Kanti's, either on the waist like that, where the forefingers are out to the sides, or supporting the sacrum where the fingertips would face the tail. We're going to try to lift the right leg and try to lift the left leg. Yeah, and we'll stay right here. So this is actually our first inversion, and this is kind of an in-between of shoulder stand and bridge pose. And I would keep the head still. Yeah. Yeah. And so if you can see in Kanti's form here, like the shoulders really 100% support this pose. Yeah. And then see if you, Kanti, can bend your knees and start to tap your toes toward the floor. On the exhale, tap. Inhale, rise. On the exhale, you don't have to go all the way down. Try to keep the head. Yeah. Tap the right. Yep. And then tap the left. And do you feel core? Great. Tap the right. Okay. And tap the left. So we're going to try to do 2, but just don't go all the way down. So go halfway down with both legs. Right there, and then back. Yeah, you feel it? And then halfway down or less. Okay, let's come all the way down. Great. And then interlace the fingers behind the head again. This time, soles of the feet come together. Curl up. Lift your legs. Straighten your legs out. Draw the knees in. Place the feet down. Soles of the feet stay together the whole time. Yeah. So lift the legs up. Straighten them with the soles of the feet so they won't go all the way straight. Good. Draw them in. Soles of the feet stay together. And place the feet back down. One more time. Lift. And try to lift less. Yeah. And then draw the feet back in. Good. And feet down. Good. Head down. Come over onto hands and knees. Reach your right hand forward and your left leg back. Gather elbow to knee on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Lengthen out. Exhale, elbow toward knee. Lengthen the leg out. Take your left leg out to the left, right arm out to the right. Let your weight go to the left. Follow that leg. Nice. Draw the belly in. Follow the left, follow the, nice. Reach the left leg back, right arm forward. Bend the left knee, reach the right hand back, kick the foot into the hand, spin the heart up, try to stack open the shoulders, keeping the hips level. You might even look over your right shoulder. Wonderful. And then release, lengthen out, hands and knees back to the earth. Let's do inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Stay for an inhale in cat. Exhale back to cow. Inhale here. Exhale, cat. Stay for an inhale. Exhale back to cow. One more. Inhale here. Exhale, cat. Inhale there. Exhale, cow. Okay, so switching sides. Left arm, right leg, lengthen out. And then gather the elbow toward the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Elbow toward the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Elbow toward the knee. Lengthen out. Left arm out to the left, right leg out to the right, and try to lean right, which will be very challenging. Yeah, very challenging. So much on the belly, drawing in and up, that core stabilization. Try to have the left hand in line with the shoulder. Forward a little more. Yeah. Breathing, noticing, feeling all the things. Inhale, lengthen the arm forward, leg back. Bend the knee, reach back with the left hand for the right foot. Kick the foot into the hand. You might look left, stacking the shoulders and leveling the hips the best you can. Lengthen the arm forward, leg back, hands and knees. Downward facing dog, downward facing dog. You might pedal, you might sway. Surya Namaskara A, walker hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms to the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back plank. Shift your weight forward. Lower halfway. You could always have knees down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Take a deep breath in and long breath out. Walker hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back plank, knees could come down, shift your weight forward, lower halfway down. All the way to the floor, cobra or up dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, take a deep breath in, long breath out. Walker hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Mountain pose. 3 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back plank. Shift your weight forward, lower halfway or all the way down. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Walker hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. Shift your weight forward. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Palms pass through the heart mountain. This one a little different now. Options, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale, step back, plank. Come onto your right side, side plank. So your right knee could always be down. Take a deep breath in. Come back to plank or chaturanga, push up. Over to the left side, side plank. Take a deep breath in. Left knee could always be down. Plank or chaturanga, push up. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up. Mountain pose. So we'll do a few more this way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, plank. Come onto the left side. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, plank or chaturanga, push up. To the right side, side plank. Inhale. Exhale, plank or chaturanga, push up. Meeting in down dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Mountain pose. So we're going to do the same thing except add chair. Chair pose, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back, plank. Right side, side plank. Deep breath in. Chaturanga push up, maybe. To the left side, side plank. Inhale. Chaturanga push up, maybe. To downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high. Right foot steps forward. Gaze forward, deep breath in. Step forward and fold. Chair pose, inhale. Stand up mountain, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. Onto the left side, side plank. Deep breath in. Plank or chaturanga push up. Right side, side plank. Inhale. Plank or chaturanga push up. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Left leg lifts. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step forward and fold. Chair pose, inhale. Stand up straight and strong, palms right at the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus like your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. I'm going to say down dog your way, which means you could go through chaturanga, you could do the side plank thing, you could simply step back to down dog, whatever feels useful for you now. You choose what feels useful. From down dog, right leg lifts. Now listen, take your right leg out to the right, like you're going to set it on someone's hip. Follow it with your weight and really feel into both hands, both arms. Notice how you have a tendency to want to bend an elbow, keeping your arms straight and hugging center. Bring your shoulders away from your spine or away from your neck, down your spine. Draw your belly in. Feel the strength here. Lift that right leg back up. Step that foot halfway up the mat, just halfway. Lift your left leg up. Keep your hands grounded. Take your left leg out to the left. Follow it with your weight. Keep your arms hugging into center. Even grip through your fingertips and the pads of your fingertips here. Draw your belly in. Lift that left leg back up. Step it all the way forward. If the hands can stay down, great. If they can't, fine. Lift your right leg up, lift your arms up, warrior three or airplane, either way. Airplane means your arms are out to the sides and your shoulders are a little higher than your hips. See what works for you. Strength, commitment, balance, steadiness. Come to stand, lift the right knee all the way up to your chest. Straighten that right leg out front. Plant both feet, chair pose. Stand up and cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Down dog your way. Down dog your way. Huh? What about your knees? All right, left leg lifts. Have the left leg out to the left, like you're going to set it on someone's hip. Both arms are hugging center. So this is really handstand prep, if you can believe it. Yeah. Come back up on the inhale and then step that foot halfway up. Right leg lifts. Take the leg out to the right. Keep the arms hugging center. Push into the earth. Feel a strong belly. Yeah. Good. Lift the leg up. Step the foot all the way forward between the hands. Nice, Kanti. Lift that left leg. Come up, airplane or warrior three. Yeah. So good. Such strong core here. And then come all the way up, arms overhead. The knee lifts up and then straighten that leg out front. Shoo! So much core. Okay, come down, both feet down, chair pose. Deep breath in. Fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Down dog your way. Walk your feet toward your hands 1-2 steps. Okay. From here, you're going to shift forward like plank, but your shoulders are going to go beyond your fingertips. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Even further. Feeling into that, you might be high on your tippy toes. Drawing the belly in. See if you can lift your right leg up. See if you can still shift forward and lift your right leg up. Put that foot down. See if you can lift your left leg up and still shift forward. Bring the foot down. Walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. You might grab opposite elbows. You might sway side to side a little bit. This is also an inversion. You might interlace the fingers behind your back, let your arms rinse out overhead. Make your way back to down dog. Right leg lifts. Right foot steps forward. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Spin all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Fold forward. Another inversion. We're going to actually walk the hands forward. So a little bit forward of you. Yeah. Bring your palms down. And that might be too forward. We'll see how it goes. You're going to shift high on your tippy toes and lean your weight forward into your palms. Nice. 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 You might stay exactly here. You might lift your left foot. Place that foot down, lift your right foot. Yes. Okay, put it back down. Rest for a moment. Heels down, bring all your weight back. Yep, see how she's moving all her weight back. Yeah. So this next time, instead of lifting it high and out to the side, you're going to try to lift it 1 inch off the floor. Yeah. Shift your weight forward. Palms are strong. Shoulders are a little bit over. Get on your tiptoes if you can. See if your right toe can lift 1 inch off the floor. 1 inch, yes. And put it down, and then the left one 1 inch. Yes, and back down. And then all your weight comes back into your heels. Turn your heels in, toes out, goddess pose. Inhale, star. Warrior two, toward the front, toward the front. Inhale, exalted warrior. Frame the right foot, side plank on the left. This is an arm balance. Yeah. All this is handstand prep. Yeah. Back to center. Chaturanga, or just back to down dog, your choice. Left leg lifts. Step the foot forward, warrior two. Straighten both legs, spin everything to face the long edge of the mat. Come forward. Place your hands down on the ground if you can. Bring all your weight back in your heels. You might lift your toes, engaging that back body. And then with your hands here, begin to bring your weight forward so that your shoulders might even go over your fingertips. And push into the earth, shift high on the tippy toes. Yeah. Maybe your left toes lift 1 inch. And then the right toes lift 1 inch. And then all the weight goes back. Now this next one is likely going to be an imagining. Yeah. Shift your weight forward. High on the tippy toes. And imagine both toes are going to lift 1 inch. Yep. Very good. All the way back, leaning back into your heels. Press up handstand is no joke. It's no joke. It's no joke. It's ridiculous. We can stop along the way. So it's always good to be in the practice of, like, these things might seem so out of reach, you know, but there's places along the way that are so powerful. Yeah. All right, goddess pose. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the front. Inhale, exalted warrior. Side plank on the right, side plank on the right. So side plank for a lot of folks can feel out of reach, right? It's okay to have that right knee down. And for Conti here, just because it's Conti, I'm gonna, left hip needs to go forward a lot. Yep. Draw the front of the ribs in. Yep. So we have these compensation patterns where we start to lean back. We don't even know we're doing it. Yeah, you feel your core more? Yeah, I bet. Okay, plank. Maybe chaturanga, meeting in down dog. Walk your feet 1-2 steps forward toward your face. Lift your right leg up. And then you're going to guide with that right leg and do 5 kicks where you're kicking that leg up and the other foot comes maybe an inch off the floor. 1, good. 2, 3, 4, it's a big inch. 5, that's what she said. All right, breathe. So silly. Left leg lifts. And same thing. So 1, good. 2, 3, 4, 5, rest. Now you might walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold. This time you might stand on your hands, gorilla pose, which is also a handstand. We got jokes. All right, so you're going to bring your hands back out. Walk them a little bit forward. You're going to lift your right leg up. Doing the same kicks, but we're going to imagine now that this left leg might go halfway up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So good. Rest. That was awesome. Halfway kicks right here. You got your halfway kicks. Left leg lifts. 5 halfway kicks. See if it's harder on this side. No, not for her. For most folks, there's a dominant leg that we kick with. 4, so good. 5, awesome. Rest. So this next one, I'm going to invite Conti to move toward handstand, whatever that looks like, kicking in, but to cartwheel out or fall out in a way that feels useful to her. Yeah. So starting from that short down dog, starting with the right leg lifting. And so you'll see her kick, go toward it, and then maybe come out. Well, that looks very graceful. Yeah, exactly. Cartwheel out. Awesome. Awesome. So we'll do that a couple more times. You look like you can stick handstand. Okay.
At times.
At times.
And I practice. I haven't practiced. So
Yeah. So for those of us who it's not as cute as this, know that that's okay. Okay, so I noticed she went back to her right leg. So she's dominant kicker with her right leg. Yeah, try left. Very good. Very good. Yep, and cartwheel out. Awesome. So knowing you can have the cartwheel out, knowing you have that ability to fall with some level of grace is useful for most folks. Yeah. You can always do this with a wall. So I'm going to invite Conti, just because she's so close, to maybe without my help, go toward handstand.
You want the short stance or?
Well, that's how I would do it, short stance. Because you're just closer to getting up when it's shorter. Yep. 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 Most of us have one leg that we guide with every time. Mine's left. So also the ability to walk like that on your hands is pretty remarkable, which I don't think a lot of folks have. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so then I'm going to let her do a couple more. If you're playing with this, great. If you're over it, rest in down dog.
Do you want to model a spot?
They don't have spots at home likely. So
if you just were a wall.
If I was a wall, remember our first trip to the dog park? I was a wall. My golden retriever came and ran at me and just, okay. So, here we are. So if I'm a wall, what I would have her do is stand up.
Oh, yeah.
And she would put her foot right on the wall.
And know that that's the distance.
And that's the distance, right?
Yeah.
And then she would turn around and place her hands where her feet are. And she would literally walk up me. So put your hand right on, yeah. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. And then I'll be a wall this way where she can kick up to me and I'm going to stay alert and stay alive. So you'll turn around. You'll turn around. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to be a wall and I'm going to protect my face. Yep. And she's going to kick up, up. And then here she can start to push in to the earth. Yep. Yep. Great. Awesome.
Good.
I make a great wall. Okay, so now down dog. Bring your right forearm to the earth. Bring your left forearm to the earth. Walk your feet 1-2 steps toward your face. Lift your right leg up. And then see if you can do a couple kicks with that right leg, bringing the left leg toward hip height. Yeah. Closer to the earth might be less scary, but not always, because your face is right there. And then switching sides. And rest, yeah. So if you do have a partner, I'll show one other thing here that's pretty cool that we can do. So I'm going to have her come to forearm dog or dolphin. And I'm going to stand here. I'll invite her to lift her left leg. And I'm going to place it on my shoulder. I'll invite her to push against me to lift the other leg. And then I'm just going to start to walk forward. Yeah. And I'm going to invite her to draw her ribs in. Yeah. And then I'm going to invite her to bend her knees. I'm going to invite her to look forward and try to draw her chest through. Yeah. I'll invite her to straighten this leg and then the other, and then draw her ribs in and come down. Woo, that's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And give her a few breaths here. My goodness. And then you can do the same thing with handstand with a spotter, which is also awesome. So I'll have her come to down dog when she's ready. Yeah. Lift her left leg. And then lift her right leg, push against me though, push against me. And then I'm gonna walk forward. And then she has the ability to keep this leg here or to straighten it. I'm gonna hold her here, yep.
Yeah. So I can't.
Yeah. Draw the ribs in. And then bring this leg back. And then the other leg back. Woo! And you're spent, I think, pretty much like that. That's a lot. So I can feel the quiver. Let's do that for now. Come onto your back. It's a lot. Drawing the knees into the chest. Doing a few circles one direction and a few the other. So our last inversion today is going to be shoulder stand. So for some of our bodies, shoulder stand can be quite suffocating. If you're a larger bellied, larger breasted person, then sometimes it can be counterintuitive. Yeah. So in that case, legs up the wall is really useful, or a block under the sacrum. Otherwise, I'm going to have Kanti lift her legs up and plant her palms by her hips. Really plant her palms by her hips, straight arms. She's going to push into her arms. And with her core strength, lift the hips up to plow. So you're going to go all the way up and over. Yeah. So a little momentum. Yeah. And then she's wiggling her shoulders under, and maybe her feet can go to the floor behind her. And so you can see her adjusting, which is great. She's walking her shoulders in toward each other. And so you're setting up that same foundation like with bridge, and then placing your hands on your low back. Yeah. And so the heels of the hands might even be by her ribs. Yeah. And then maybe one at a time, which is easier, lifting the legs up. Or if you really wanted that core work, you could try to do them both together. And then here, she's again adjusting the shoulder blades in toward one another. And you can see her hands start to go up her back a little bit more toward her ribs. This is a pose you don't want to look around in. You want your head to be still. And then if it's okay, bringing those feet back to the floor for plow. And Kanti might even bend her knees and have her shins by her ears, embryo pose. So you can see the big stretch this is on the back body, right? So this pose for me, not a great pose, yeah, because it stretches those muscles in a way that I don't love. My low back does not love. But Kanti being good and warm and knowing her own body, good stretch for her. So then I will invite her to release her hands and to place them in for fish, yeah. So she's going to bring her hands down close together, almost making a diamond shape. Yeah. Yeah. And then she'll roll down. Nice. All that control with the core. This is why core is so important. And she'll be on her wrists there. And then lifting the chest, coming to the crown of the head. Nice. Yeah. And then seeing if she can straighten or lift those legs. Yeah. Maybe even higher might be easier on the psoas. Is that better? Okay. And then rest. So if there's any other pose that you might like right now, feel free to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, Shavasana, because that was a lot. And then gather your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug here for a moment. And no matter how anything went today, feel proud of yourself for being willing to try. Proud of yourself for taking some risk, some calculated risk. Proud of yourself for this strong body and for the ability to, just grow. That's all, just grow. And then we'll come up to a seated pose. And as we come to our seat, we'll bring our palms to our heart. Thanks, body.
Whoever does this with me, thank you.
In the spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Pache, Pas. In the spirit of our collective truth and liberation, we say Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be, Kapu Aloha, in Lakach, Sat Nam, Namaste, Mitakuyasan, Black Lives Matter.